In today's video, I'm going into transforming your routine, making little shifts in that routine, and then how that can start to shift and transform and give you more meaning, deeper meaning in your everyday. So thank you for joining me. I'm AmyC with You Finding You. I'm an intuitive and transformational coach, and I help individuals like you step into being aligned in yourself, being that person that truly is living more fulfilled, more satisfied, and being able to have everything that you desire in your life. So continuing on the theme this week of being in alignment, I was thinking about how for a while I was in that rat race, that everyday routine of getting up, going to work, going home, maybe watching Netflix or YouTube or something, going to bed and starting over again. And I didn't know how to get out of it. Like, I was living there in Brooklyn. I would commute into work, and it was always, on these crammed subway cars. And I just was, and then I would have lunch. And many times I actually got to where I was kind of like, I just want to go do my own thing. And so throughout the day, while I had friends with work, I didn't actually really connect with a lot of them on a deeper level either. So I felt on so many levels that I just was not living really true to myself or satisfied. And the work I was doing is I continued to do visual effects work at the time because that was like what I knew. That's how I could bring in money. And it just was like, this isn't fulfilling me anymore. And in the past, I loved doing the effects work and I was chasing after these big dreams, but all of it was outside of me. Like, I always chased after working on the next big film or living somewhere else. And I thought by chasing after these things, they would bring me satisfaction or happiness in my life. But in the end, every time I did attain those goals, I actually wasn't any happier. So I got to a point where then I was living in New York and I was like, wow, like none of these things are satisfying for me anymore. And while I can be creative and I like certain aspects of the work, what am I actually doing? Like, where am I going with this? So I really was not living in alignment with myself anymore. So the first thing that I offer here is to start looking within. It's not about chasing after those goals outside of you and believing that someday it'll change and shift and make you happy. Instead, it's looking within and finding the things that really fill you up, that really bring you joy. And for myself, I did notice that what I started doing was I was taking classes and I was learning about movement and body awareness and energy and different things that I started learning that I was like, these are really cool and interesting things that really connect with something inside of me that I enjoy doing. And then at a certain point too, I started being more out in nature and connecting with nature, and that too was like, wow, this fills me up in so many ways. So the first thing is start looking at what really fills you up, what brings you satisfaction. But then you can start doing little things throughout the day as well. If you're in this place of, like I said, the rat race of like every day I'm doing this grind, what can you do to shift up moments throughout your day to shift up the energy in that? So one of the things that I definitely have discovered for myself is getting into a morning routine. And when I say morning routine, I tried for so long to be like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to work out. And I even tried some things of like 5 minutes, just do a 5 minute workout. And I was like, nah, I'm just going to keep sleeping. I'm not going to do it. So you have to find those things that actually do fill you up, those things that you're going to be motivated to do and want to do. For myself, one is being out in nature, like sitting outside. I'm excited to get up and actually get to do that. And another thing that I like doing is just sitting and journaling. and visualizing, like really connecting and visualizing things that I want to create in my life and seeing me in that visualization of like, yes, I am creating this reality for myself. And as I do those things, I am shifting out of getting up in the morning in this morning funk to being, I'm ready for the day, like really more energized and wanting to go forward with the day. So it's finding little things that you can do that can shift your energy. I know at one point too, when I was working there, going from Brooklyn community into Manhattan, I would listen on YouTube to different Abraham Hicks videos, and by the end of all those videos, I always felt I was in a different place. So you can find certain things that will shift your energy as well. Which, talking about that, I created an audio visualization yesterday, and you can check it out in my membership on the Patreon page. Link is in the dialog box below. But that audio does help shift your energy as well. So you can be in a place of like, I don't know for sure. And by the end of listening to it, you'll be more aligned and into a place where you can actually take aligned actions. And when I say aligned actions, it's like being in a place where you feel really connected with yourself. And when you're here connected, feeling like this is what I want in life, you then can take actions from that place. So again, do check that out. The link is in the dialog box below. But other than getting into a morning routine, you can also do things like a gratitude list or affirmations. You can have some listed off and saying them to yourself, saying what you're grateful for. Those things too, you can do it like a checklist, but that checklist doesn't really then shift your energy. So you really want to feel into it, like really say, I am grateful for this, and then feel that gratitude, like really sit with it for a second. Be like, yeah, I have this in my life. Oh, this is so nice. And the affirmations too, when you're saying like, I am loving, I am warm, like these are things that I say for myself. It's like, well, I could just say I am loving, I am warm, but I'm not really feeling it. So what does loving mean for me? What does warm mean for me? And feel those things in yourself. And so there's many different things that you can do to find what will uplift your energy. So it's not about ignoring and just kind of putting on, a fake veneer of like, oh, I'm happy, everything's positive, because really it's not underneath. What you want to do is be able to acknowledge where you are and be able to feel that, but then be able to shift it as well. And so things that can shift it is being out in nature, spending time there, getting away from the computers and the phones, and having a little digital detox can also help to get you away from certain energies and into being more connected in yourself and raising your vibrations. As well as what foods are you eating? What are you giving your body? Like if you're giving yourself all kinds of sugar, which I'm one of those, definitely. But sugar is not going to be one that's going to raise my vibration. So it's like, what are things that you can give yourself to shift that energy within you and shift those moments throughout the day? Now, granted, yes, when I was working there in Brooklyn, I was probably eating all kinds of cookies and sugary things and sweets everywhere. And in the moment, like that little sugar hit was like, oh, this is so good. But I would then kind of maintain or be in this place of like, I am just not really happy. So again, it's what are things that you can find that you can do for yourself while giving yourself comfort and giving yourself those things you need or want, but also be able to shift you out of that place to get into more meaningful life for yourself. So again, going back to the very beginning where I said, find those things that really fill you up, those things that really do nurture you, that do make you feel good, but not in the kind of way of, I'm just numbing things. I'm actually finding things that genuinely are purposeful in my life. So when I say numbing, it's like, oh, those things that we turn to like Netflix or YouTube, or those things we turn to like drinking or partying and going out using substances. Those things may feel good, but they're not, they're just kind of numbing things, and it's not shifting and giving you purpose. It's not giving you real meaning in your life. So finding those things that really give you connection, that really give you meaning and purpose, and then those are the things that you can start bringing into your life. So I would be curious if there are certain things that you have started to find meaningful in yourself, and do put them in the comments below. I would be curious. Thank you again for joining me today. And if you are enjoying and getting value out of these videos, do hit that like, share, and subscribe. Thank you again. I'll see you in the next video.